But there is the one part of me, because of who God is, I will not let go. I will not let go. I will embrace even in the doubts, even in the pain, even when I don't understand. There's somebody here, what do you need to do? Go ahead, wrestle, but don't let go of God. Prevails. In other words, God, I don't really think you're doing what is right. What are his problems with God? He's not speaking to the people on behalf of God. He's going to God on behalf of the people. He's got the very same problems with God that some of you have. What is it? What are his problems? Number one, you don't seem to really care, God. You allow all this suffering, all these things. He says to God, you aren't doing much when you could. You have the power and you're not. I don't understand. He does say to God, what you are doing doesn't seem fair. How many of you will be honest with me? Have you ever felt like if you were God, you would do things differently? Raise your hands up. Raise your hands up. Some of you are like, I'm not raising my hand up at church like that. God will strike me down. No. I mean, come on. If you're that, polish your halo and you just go be that, I'm going to deal with the real people today. Where sometimes you just want to know, God, are you still even paying attention? Do you even care? Here's a question. Is it okay to ever question God? Is it okay to push back on God? Is that wrong? Is that unholy? Is that understand? Several books of the Bible, entire books of the Bible, Lamentations and Ecclesiastes and Jeremiah and Job, express confusion of what appears to be unjust suffering for the righteous. Even Jesus on the cross, when he was perfect in every way, and he becomes sin for us. He never sinned, he becomes sin, and whatever God does, God looks away, God pulls back, and Jesus cries out, why? Why? I'm your son. I did everything right. Why would you pull away from me? Raising up the Babylonians, the ruthless and impetuous people who sweep across the whole earth to seize dwellings not their own. They are feared and dreaded people. They all come intent on violence. God says, you think it's bad now, it's about to get worse, and I'm going to use your enemies to bring justice because of your sin. And this makes absolutely no sense to Habakkuk. What do you do when you find yourself there? I wrote about this in the book. What does a committed believer do? A committed believer can both wrestle with honest questions and embrace a genuine faith in God. You could do it at the same time. Well, I want you to watch as Habakkuk does this. He tries to embrace, and yet he doesn't understand, and he's wrestling. Watch it, see it, feel it. He embraces. He says in verse 12, Lord, are you not from everlasting? I'm embracing you, God. My God, my Holy One, you'll never die. I'm embracing you. But God, you've appointed our enemies to execute judgment on you. I'm wrestling. My rock, I'm embracing, but you've ordained them to punish. I'm wrestling. God, your eyes are too pure to look on evil. I love you. I'm embracing. You cannot tolerate wrongdoing. I'm embracing. But why do you tolerate the treacherous? I'm wrestling. Why are you silent when the wicked swallow up these more righteous than themselves? I'm trying to embrace. I'm trying to wrestle. Listen to me. If you are there right now, what I want you to know is that God understands your pain. He welcomes your questions, and I am convinced that God would rather have you yell at him than walk away from him. When you hit the wall, when you hit the crisis of belief, don't deny your doubts. Don't run from God. Let your doubts drive you to continue to embrace even when you wrestle with God.